Setting up a business in the Philippines is an exciting and rewarding undertaking. But what are the best enterprises for beginners? In this video, we look at 8 popular businesses for beginners in the Philippines, all of which are ideal for entrepreneurs just starting out. One. Opening an ebook writing business. Ebooks are digital PDF files that may be downloaded and sold online. The wonderful thing about ebooks is that they can be sold all around the world. Because of the cheap maintenance expenses, profits might be significant. Take into account any advertising charges as well. If you want to establish this business, there are a few options available to you. You could, for example, use your writing skills to ghostwrite for other people's ebooks or sell your own. Furthermore, if you can work with affiliates, digital products can generate a lot of money. 2. Start a blog or vlog channel. Business owners may now use the power of blogs to increase revenue streams from their websites and online commerce. Those without a business can utilize blogging to provide a service and monetize material by selling courses, products, or advertising. Why is this a great startup business in the Philippines? Because blogging is a low-cost endeavor with just time as a constraint. 3. Earn pesos online via an affiliate business. An affiliate business is a means for you to make money by selling other people's items. For each sale, you will be paid a commission. This program is also available through a number of other affiliate websites and businesses. A business that can generate money through affiliation is one of the fastest growing businesses for beginners in the Philippines. YouTube channel, social media earnings, as an example. 4. Food cart business in the Philippines. A food cart business is a developing business possibility for those who love to cook. A food cart business is a great idea. In fact, it could be one of the best businesses for beginners in the Philippines because it has a low startup and maintenance cost. On the other side, the business is threatened by a few factors. These, on the other hand, are usually centered on competition and the location itself. 5. Dance studio business. Being the proprietor of a dance studio does not require you to be a dancer or an instructor. Instead, this entails owning the studio and renting it out to dance teachers or schools for a weekly or monthly charge. This is frequently a good opportunity for Filipino entrepreneurs searching for a relatively passive business. However, not all firms are completely passive. This business may necessitate maintenance in order to keep the studios in a prestigious state. Installing new lights, cleaning the air conditioning equipment, and so forth. The disadvantage is that buying a unit might be costly. 6. Bakery business. Who doesn't enjoy a freshly baked loaf or a plate of warm donuts? A bakery is one of the top business ideas for beginners in the Philippines since it combines a passion for baking with a financial return on investment. Your location is crucial in this business because it can make or kill your company. The potential to scale a bakery business is the #1 reason why it is such a good business for beginners in the Philippines. You'll frequently make the same product with the same ingredients and, in some cases, with the same baking promotions. To broaden their reach, many successful bakeries employ internet platforms like Foodpanda. 7. Laundry business. Wash services are frequently depending on the weight of the laundry. However, based on the statistics, it appears that the location of the business and the size of the load impact the profitability of the washing operation. In other words, it demonstrates that laundry firms located in tourist or prime neighborhoods earn the greatest money on average. The operations, labor, equipment, and other important company needs are quite simple, which is one of the main reasons this is a good business for beginners in the Philippines. 8. Facebook or Instagram ad business. As more individuals use social media, ad businesses are becoming one of the greatest businesses for beginners in the Philippines, especially post-COVID. Some businesses lack the resources to run a strong social media marketing funnel. Many of the skills required for this job can be obtained for free through online courses and webinars. Designing a lead funnel on social media is a terrific approach to catch attention if you are confident and have the necessary skills. 1. Concentrate on the small victories. It's natural to be concerned about large corporations and competition while establishing a firm. Instead, a good tip for a small business in the Philippines is to concentrate on modest wins that are easy to achieve. As your business grows, modest victories will grow in importance, providing you with greater chances and profit. However, while you're still learning, it's best to focus on modest victories every day. 2. Do the math every time. The arithmetic side of the company, as we all know, isn't usually the most fun. As a result, we are prone to overlooking important responsibilities. If you've ever been ecstatic about a new opportunity, you know that enthusiasm may occasionally overpower reasoning. When it comes to starting a business in the Philippines, however, doing the math entails calculating the cost of your goods, any ads, any services that may be required of you, and ensuring that you can profit. 3. Customers should be prioritized. Customers, as we all know, are the lifeblood of any business. We wouldn't be in business if it weren't for our customers. Therefore, they're all VIPs. What do your customers want from your product or service? Is it their goal to learn something new? Are they attempting to project a certain image? Do they seek to alleviate a certain ailment? We may then bring the business directly to the customers once we get the answers. 4. Seek assistance and help. We find a number of various options when we look at a business for beginners in the Philippines. But one thing you don't see very often is people asking for help. There is a tendency to believe that you should know everything, but in reality, we frequently require assistance to help us overcome difficulties and obstacles in business. I understand that people can be difficult at times, especially when it comes to business, but there are many people who can and will assist you. 1. Your plan when looking for business ideas for beginners in the Philippines. The most important recommendation, which is also the most important stage, is to create a plan. A strategy does not have to be perfect. As a result, we can adjust our strategy and make changes in the future if necessary. Your strategy might include all of the phases we're about to go over, but in greater depth. It's a good idea to plan out your company, but don't get too caught up in it. In other words, it's critical to recognize when it's time to act. Try to include a few fundamentals in your plan. Where will you sell, for example, and what will your product or service be? What makes it unique from the competitors, and how do you plan to make your first 10 sales? 2. Your market. Is there a market in the gap, or is there a gap in the market? This means that while you may have a fantastic company idea, will your customers desire to buy your product or service? If you're up against a large organization, having a distinct selling point and an emotional selling point, it's a good idea to know your market and what trends are happening within it at this point. The current trend in my industry is for readers to become YouTube watchers. As a result, I can build my website via YouTubing, which is where my market is. 3. Your business development plan. You will find a growth strategy while looking to start a business for beginners in the Philippines, especially in the early days of the business. This step does not have to be difficult. It could be as simple as offering a different product or targeting a new market in the future. Every small business in the Philippines has to grow, and the beautiful thing about this industry is that there are typically numerous options to optimize profits for novices in the Philippines. 4. Your USP and ESP. USP equals unique selling point, proposition. ESP equals emotional selling point, proposition. We're already 10 steps ahead of other entrepreneurs now that we know what a USP and ESP are. Take, for example, the famous Jollibee. If you want to be unique and a pioneer in your industry, you'll need to have a USP and an ESP. Its food is one of its unique selling factors. Its cultural tie to the Philippines is its emotive selling point. As a result of Jollibee's unique selling feature and emotive selling point, the fast food business in the Philippines has been controlled by the company against large chain organizations such as McDonald's. Jollibee has several distinct selling points and emotional selling factors, but you don't need to come up with 10 separate selling points for your company. 5. Your target audience. Any firm relies heavily on its market. Market is the backbone of any business, whether you are a new firm or an established entrepreneur. As a result, we must gather as much information as possible about them in order to personalize our services to their needs. What about your customers' wants if you decide to open a food cart business in the Philippines and offer hamburgers because that's what you prefer cooking? Would they like a drink to go with their meal, or could you offer a special meal deal bargain? This is just a small example, but it demonstrates how knowing and understanding our customers can be quite beneficial on the road to success. Begin by asking yourself, who are my clients? What are their routines? Why do they purchase? What are your favorite aspects of my product or service? What can I do to make them more valuable? 6. Your finances. Examining your financial status when looking for a business for beginners in the Philippines might be a scary affair. However, it is a work that must be thoroughly examined, since there may be obstacles in the future if your financial strategy is not assessed. It's critical to focus on how much this business will cost you when looking at your financial plan. How many sales will you require to break even? How much profit margin do you have, and how much tax will you have to pay each year?